What is going on, guys? It's your boy Bob216. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So, I've been asked by a couple of my friends and a few people over the years to do a Premier League prediction video. I have never ever done one before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I thought, why not? I'm now not doing Twitch, as you guys know. So, let's do a Premier League prediction video. Now, what you guys can see is the blue is for top 4, green is for 5 to 9, yellow is for 10 to 17, and red is of course representing relegation. There are 20 teams in the Premier League, including the 3 new promoted teams, West Brom, Leeds and Fulham. Where do I think they will finish? Well, that is a good question that we are about to get into. I will give a few reasons as to why I'm putting the teams there, but other than that, it's mainly just my opinion. So, unfortunately, we're going to kick this off with the first team to get relegated, and that is not a hateful thing, but personally, I feel like Fulham aren't going to be able to cope in the Premiership. I feel like they've come up, they did well, they obviously came up through the playoffs, they didn't win the league, they didn't come for second, they came up through the playoffs, beating Brentford. I just can't see them with their squad depth doing anything other than being relegated. They haven't really made any signings. I haven't seen potentially any decent football from them. I could be completely wrong, but I am putting Fulham to get relegated. Sadly, that brings me on to team number 2 that got promoted. I'm putting West Brom in at number 19. Again, I just feel like they've come up. They did really well to come up. They had a really, really good run-in with Leeds. But sadly, I just don't feel like they've got the squad depth or the capability to survive in the Premier League. Therefore, that is my team to go down. Which brings me swiftly on to number 18. The team that will finish 18th is a team that controversially stayed up. Not just in my opinion, but I think in everyone's opinion, bar these fans. The only people that think it wasn't controversial are the fans of this team. And that is the team Jack Grealish plays for, Aston Villa. I'm sorry, Villa fans, but you didn't deserve to stay up. Bournemouth, Watford, it's just harsh. That final day of the season, when obviously they did get the win, but they should have lost the game against Sheffield. I'm sorry to go back to it, but the ball clearly crossed the line, and that was the game that kept them up. So, controversially, I'm saying there's no controversial decisions this season. This season, Villa go down. 17th place, I'm going to have the Hammers, West Ham. Purely because I feel like last season they struggled, and this season they're going to struggle again. I feel like Yarmolenko and other players like that, for example, Felipe Anderson, great players, but are they going to be able to stay fit? Even Antonio, he did get Player of the Month in July, which is the first time ever anyone's got a Player of the Month in July. Obviously, lockdown helped with that because obviously we're still playing football then. But in my humble opinion, I don't see West Ham having the squad depth, so I am pitting West Ham to finish 17th. They're not going to get relegated, but they are going to be in a relegation scrap. In fact, 17th, 16th and 15th could all chop and change throughout the year, throughout the whole season, but I don't see it being anyone other than the teams that I've put. If it is, I'll hold my hands up, I'll say I'm wrong. I'm even putting Brighton in this little bracket, as you're about to see right now. I am going to say number 16 is Crystal Palace. Now, you could argue as much as you want that they've got Wilfried Zaha still. If he goes, I'm going to put him further down because Zaha is Palace. If you ask me anything, I'm being honest with you now. The games that we've played against Palace, obviously they're our rival. Zaha's been their key man. If they keep hold of Wilfried Zaha, they're going to be alright. If they don't, then I don't see them doing well in the Premiership. I'm sorry, just a humble opinion. In 15th place, finishing just above them, is my team, Brighton and Hove Albion. The reason I've put us 15th is because I feel like the signings we've made, especially getting Ben White, stopping Leeds from getting him, stopping all the teams that wanted him getting him, that's massive for us. Having sent Duffy on loan, we are now looking at trying to get a goal scorer. That is the one thing we're lacking. Yes, we've got Neil Maupay. Yes, we've got Aaron Connolly. But the reason that we didn't finish as high as we should have done last season, we just didn't score enough goals. We're okay defensively, it's the attack. We need to build on our attack. And I'm praying that we do get an attacker in the next couple of days. Obviously, the season starts on Saturday. And then Brighton play Chelsea at home on Monday, so we will see how that goes. Obviously, Brighton did play Chelsea a few weeks ago, or last week, in a friendly, which ended 1-1. Brighton needed a penalty, but we did score it, so who knows what's going to happen when we actually play them, but that is my opinion. In 14th position, I am going to go with a team that surprised a lot of people last season, including myself. Like, I don't know, unless you can honestly hold your hand up and say, yeah, I knew that they were going to do really well. I had Sheffield United finishing 17th last season. I didn't do a prediction video, but anytime anyone asked me about the teams that have come up, I said, I don't see Sheffield United doing anything. I don't see them doing anything, and they surprised everyone. But I feel like as the season went on, the teams that they played started to get used to their football. If they change the style of play, they might finish higher, but in my opinion, they're going to finish 14th, which isn't even that bad, guys. It's not even that bad. It's not relegation. It's not like I'm saying they're going to be bad where they finish. I am just giving you my opinion. I'm just going to stretch this out, so we might have a few teams that might take up the spacing. It brings me on to 13th to 10th. The teams that I'm going to have in these spots are Southampton is going to fill up one of them. Burnley is going to fill up one of them. Who else should I have? Leeds are going to fill one of them. And I haven't decided who is going to finish the other place. So in 13th place in their first season in the Premier League. I say first season in the Prem. They've been in the Prem, but they haven't been back for a long, long time. They are now back. I'm putting Leeds to finish 13th. Yes, they don't have Ben White at the back. That could cost them. But Bielsa is a great manager. If he stays with Leeds, I don't know if that's confirmed when this video is going out. It may or may not have been confirmed. I'm not too sure. But if he stays with Leeds and he gets them playing the football they played, Championship and Premier League are different levels of football. If you guys watch the Premier League, it's very much partial about 1 or 2 goals. Championship is fast fire football. It's fast action. That's why a lot of people like watching it. Anyways, guys, that is my opinion. Leeds finish there. In 12th, the Danny Ings squad. Southampton. Southampton will take 12th. I don't know what I'm trying to spell here. It's because I was saying 12th probably. Southampton are going to finish 12th. Danny Ings is going to carry them to glory. The thing that worries me, obviously I'm not a Southampton fan, but the thing that worries me is the bit of business that happened a few weeks ago, and that is Højbjerg going to Spurs. Højbjerg, in my opinion, was one of the best CDMs in the Premier League. Not only was he a central defensive mid, he played centre forward as well, and he scored some absolute bangers. He even scored some against Brighton. I hold my hand up, he scored a great banger against, I think it was about 35 yards out, he hit it and it went in the bottom corner. Is that going to tamper with their season, or are they going to fly under Ralph Hasenhüttl? I think I probably pronounced that wrong, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything other than that. If they do better, fair enough. I can't see them finishing lower, but I could be wrong. This is just a prediction video. You guys have been asking for it. People have been asking for it, so this is my predictions. In 11th, we're going to have a claret and blue team in Burnley. They are a great team. We have had a lot of run-ins with Burnley. Obviously, they have got a few of Brighton's old players that they've signed. Fair enough. At the end of last season, we did beat Burnley, but I feel like the season was done and dusted. They weren't playing for anything. We were safe, so it was a bit of a pointless game. But to win it felt really good for me as a Brighton fan. For Brighton to go away to Burnley and win that game. Even Burnley fans weren't happy, so hey-ho. But yeah, I am predicting Burnley to finish 11th. Chris Wood is banging in goals. Barnes is banging in goals like there's no tomorrow. Tarkowski at the back as well. I think that's in Tarkowski. I don't know how you say it, but that Ben Mee as well. Ben Mee at the back. Like the back line's fantastic. So I'm putting them there. Finishing up in 10th, missing out on 9th, is going to be... We have done the newly promoted teams. That is where I think they're going to finish. West Brom and Fulham may surprise me, guys. They may surprise me, but I just can't see it happening. That's the problem. That's the only problem. In 10th, I'm going to have Leicester City. Jamie Vardy. Leicester City. Jamie Vardy team. They've just lost Ben Chilwell to Chelsea. That could be a big blow. Could be a big blow. Now, the positives. Let's just focus on the positive real quick. Positive, Vardy got player of the month. Got the golden boot. Sorry, I keep thinking of player of the month. That's my bad. He got golden boot. Fair play to him. GG's. The other positive I've got is Sayuncu. He came in, obviously replaced Harry Maguire that went to Man United. We'll get to that in a minute. He had a really good season. He even got a team of the season on FIFA, and he had a really good season. If he can keep up that defensive form, then they might do good. Schmeichel in goal, decent. Which brings me on to 9th. If this player carries on banging in goals and they play Traore either as a right wing back or just in front of, like on the right wing, then I feel like Wolves are going to have a good season. Traore's supposed to be a right wing back, but he plays right wing. He's very creative with his football. If you've seen some of the goals, even when he played against Liverpool, some of the goals and the chances created are phenomenal. Like, his pace is next to none. He's quick. He apparently just off topic here. Apparently, before he comes out onto the football pitch, they grease his arms with baby oil so people can't grab him. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But yeah, apparently he gets his arms greased with baby oil, so if you grab him, you just slip. If that's true, that's genius. That's not even funny. That's just genius. But yeah, that's where I think Wolves will finish. If Raul Jimenez has the season that he had before, then they should be okay. And obviously Wolves were in the Europa League and did really well in that. They got through to, I think it was either the quarterfinal or semi-final, something like that. So fair play to them. I see them doing really well, but I just don't see them pitting into the top 8. But 9th is still respectable. If you ask me guys, 9th is respectable, and I'd happily say that. Now, this is it. Also, before I put in this team that I think is going to finish 8th, I'm putting them here because they're making some good signings, and I feel like this could change. Like, Leeds could go lower. This team will probably not finish this high, but I'm expecting big things of them. I don't know why. Like, they were supposed to have a takeover that fell through. They've had a run in the past, but if they could keep Jonathan fit, and also they've got Wilson now from Bournemouth, so if they can have him banging in goals, who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, the team I am talking about in question is Newcastle United. I feel like they may have an absolute storming season, or it will all go shit. It will all go tits up, and they won't be able to do nothing. It's all dependent on how the things go. This is just my opinion anyways, guys. There's nothing set in stone. Nothing's ever set in stone, you know? There's always what's the word I'm looking here for? Like, always things that can go wrong. Like with the virus that happened. No one predicted that. No one wanted it, but it happened. In 7th place then, finishing above Newcastle and Wolves and Leicester, they have signed James Rodriguez. If they keep Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, they could be a force to be reckoned with. I am, of course, talking about the blue side of Merseyside. It is Everton FC. Now, Everton, they've been very, very hit and miss in the Premier League. They have not been hitting these top standards that they should have done. Even when they had Wayne Rooney, they weren't hitting top standards. But bringing in James Rodriguez is a phenomenal signing. And I believe that Ancelotti has acquired him at every club that Ancelotti has in fact been at. So for that to happen, and that being said, that is a phenomenal stat. And if he can turn him into a world-class player, Everton could be a force to be reckoned with. We have still got Spurs. We have still got Arsenal. We've still got Man United. We've still got Chelsea. We've still got Liverpool. Who is number 6? Who knows? No, I'm joking. I'll tell you guys in a minute. So that's how we're looking so far. I mean, looking at it, have I put teams too high? I mean, this is quite difficult to predict. This part. This is okay, but not easiest. This is definitely hardest. Like the relegation fight, Relegation could be 1 point. It could be a massive points gap. Like Norwich last season got completely and utterly relegated. Their season was done by pretty much Christmas. With that being said, West Brom, Villa, Fulham, is that how it's going to finish? Who knows? West Ham could have a storming season. Brighton could be decent. Like I say, we just need an attacker. We need an attacker, in my opinion. Like we can't keep relying on Neil Maupay. And those of you that don't know, we have indeed sent Murray on loan to Watford. So we now don't have Glenn Murray to rely on either. With that being said, how are we going to do without him? He was a key player. He was a key player. And that is what worries me. But like I say, I feel like Leicester, Burnley, Southampton, Leeds are okay positioning. Sheffield United, Brighton, Palace, West Ham could chop and change. Brighton, Palace could finish higher up the table, to be fair. West Ham could finish 14th. I'd say that Villa, West Brom, Fulham, I'm still confident that Villa will go down. I'm still confident that Fulham won't be able to cope with the Prem. And I'm still confident that West Brom. That is my bottom three. Villa, West Brom, Fulham. The others can chop and change at any time, guys. It is what it is. I'm just thinking, how much of a difference are these new signings going to make? How much of a difference are players that have been signed going to make? Anyways, moving swiftly on, guys. I'm rambling on, but I'm just talking out loud, thinking about the predictions. In 6th place, I'm going to have Spurs. I don't feel like they are going to have the greatest season this season. Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, great players. But are they good enough? I mean, as I said before, Højbjerg has now joined them. So that is potential. That, like I said, the CDM centre mid role that he possesses is amazing. Like, he will be a top player for them. But is he going to be a game changer? That's for us to find out in the Premiership. This is what I love about watching these videos, listening to YouTubers talk about stuff. This is what I love about the Premier League. The Premier League is the most unpredictable in the world. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm pretty certain about that as well. So I'm going to actually leave the top 5 for now and just go once again, have a quick recap. So like I say, Spurs, Everton, Newcastle, Wolves could all chop and change. Newcastle could finish down here for all we know if they have a bad season. Leicester, Burnley, Southampton, Leeds. Leeds are a bit of a dark horse. I've seen a lot of people putting Leeds up here in top 10. I can't see them finish top 10, but I think they're 13th or 14th is where they're going to finish. This is, like I said, my bottom 3. This is my bottom 3. Let me know your bottom 3, by the way, guys. I'd love to know it. These are my bottom 3. This could all change. This part is the most... This top 5 is impossible. Who's going to win the title? Liverpool? Are they going to retain the title? Can they do it back to back? City have done it. Can Liverpool do it? Who knows? Manchester City, are they going to think, well, we've lost the title, we want it back? Man United making some phenomenal signings. How are they going to react? Arsenal, what are they going to say? Chelsea, what are they going to say? This is how my predictions are going to carry on. In 5th place, missing out on top 4, we are going to have Arsenal FC. I don't feel like the squad depth in Arsenal is enough. David Luiz is a very, very hot-headed player. He's cost them a lot of games. Leno, if he comes back fit, they've got a decent goalkeeper. But that goalie that they have, is it Martinelli? Is that his name? Martinelli, I think, is his name. He played phenomenal for them. So if they keep him and playing, they might have a good team. But that is that for the top 5. We are now down to the top 4. Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Where am I going to predict that they are going to finish? The hardest thing is top 4. Because Arsenal and Spurs could... I mean, Spurs finishing below Arsenal may or may not happen. But the top 4, is Liverpool going to go there? Liverpool going to go there? Are Liverpool going to fail? It's all dependent on how the season goes. But this is just my opinion, guys. It is not a hate on anyone at all. So, like I say, without further ado, in 4th place, I am going to put Manchester United. I'm not sure if you can see that right there. There we go, Manchester United. In 3rd place, we are going with Chelsea. I will explain all of these in a minute. In 2nd place, runners up, Liverpool, which means the champions, in Bob Dude's opinion, is going to be Manchester City. Why have I put them top 4? Now, here's the reason. The reason these are top 4 and none of these are is because Manchester United have made signings after signing after signing. Chelsea have made signing after signing. Liverpool, I haven't actually heard a signing yet, and City I haven't. City actually have. They signed Ferran Torres. That's a lie. They signed that Torres player that's on FIFA. So yeah, Liverpool haven't made signing. Right, getting into Manchester United. How are they going to line up next season? Blimey, they've made some signings. They have made some cracking signings. As I say, but the thing is, right, it's different signing a player or signing loads of players, as we'll get on to Chelsea in a minute. It's different signing all these players and then flopping. You could spend 265 million on a god squad. An absolute god squad. But it's no good if they can't coexist. It's no good if you can't get that connection and they start playing football. If they do not hit the ground running, they're going to be in trouble. The first 10 games are going to tell if either of those teams in the top 4 are going to be hit or miss this season. Yes, okay, draws. Yes, okay, losses happen. But I'm saying, if they start those new signings, are they going to click? Yes, okay, Chelsea have signed Timo Werner. Yes, they've signed Thiago Silva. Yes, signed Ben Chilwell. Yes, they've signed Kai Havertz. The list goes on. We've already seen Timo Werner bag a goal. Yes, it was against a Premier League team. It was against my team, Brighton. It was in a friendly. Yes, but it was still a goal. Is he going to bag some goals, or should he have stayed in the Bundesliga? Who knows? As for Liverpool and Man City, these two, in my opinion, Liverpool aren't going to have the depth in squad that they had last season. All I mean by that, I don't mean depth as in like being able to cover positions. I don't mean not having backup right back. All I mean is the motivation may not be as high as it was when they won the league. It's different. When you're fighting to win the league, you're highly motivated. When you're fighting to retain the league, you can lose sight of the fact that you've already won the league. I'm not slating any players. I'm not saying that players get paid all this money and go, fuck it, I've already won the league, I don't want to play football anymore. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying. In my opinion, Manchester City got to be hungry. They lost games that they shouldn't have lost. In my opinion, Manchester City last season, pre-lockdown and during lockdown. During lockdown, they lost to Southampton 1-0. That was a big game. That was at the point where they could have caught Liverpool. Liverpool then built this gap and never stopped. And the thing that I liked about Liverpool, and I'm not a Liverpool fan or anything, as you know, I'm just saying, the thing I liked is how humble that they were not celebrating until the final day. They did not celebrate until it was finally confirmed when Chelsea beat Man City. They did not celebrate until that day. They didn't go, we've got a 28-point gap or whatever it was. They waited until it was finally confirmed. So these are my 20 teams in the Premier League of where I think they're going to finish next season. It's all going to be hit or miss. Some teams are going to be higher, lower, who knows. It all depends on signings that are going to happen. All depends on who's going to hit the ground running. And the biggest factor for me, guys, is he going to be behind closed doors for the whole season? Or are fans going to return? Because if fans return, it's going to be a whole different ball game. If it's behind closed doors and just shown on TV, then who knows how the teams will play. But that, my friends, is that. That is the table. So just to go ahead, Man City win the title, Liverpool runners up, Chelsea 3rd, United 4th, Arsenal 5th, Spurs 6th, Everton 7th, Newcastle 8th, Wolves 9th, Leicester 10th, Burnley 11th, Southampton 12th, Leeds 13th, Sheffield United 14th, Brighton 15th, Palace 16th, West Ham in 17th, and relegated are Aston Villa, West Brom and Fulham. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed what has been a phenomenal prediction. You guys are legendary. Until next time, your boy Bobby60 saying take care, guys.